This recording is going to attempt to cover a tough topic, but it is a required topic for shops like in California and in states that are similar, where there is a revision requirement. And specifically, it's whenever you make a change on an estimate up. I think you can go down, but if you go up on price. So let's say I have an estimate for $100, and then the work necessary actually ends up being $200. Um, in every instance that California and the other states that kind of match that, this is the Bureau of Automotive Repair that match that function, they require the shop to contact the person who's authorizing the work and get an in-person, on the phone, on email, or some way of proof that that's been approved before proceeding. And in order to be legal, the system, our system, shop management, must record exactly how that happens. So I will stumble a bit on this because my state does not use it, and it is extremely rare for us to use all of it. But I still want to show it. It's possibly going to become very important for some shops. It could be do or die. So what we'll do is first go over the settings necessary to turn on the function, and then we'll work within the function. So we're going to first go to System Files, Shop Controls, Invoice Repair tab where most of the action happens, and we have to turn on a few things. And for those watching the rest of these videos, they might have seen me purposely skip over. Well, now it's time to actually dig in. So we need to do the Print Estimate Revision Report. That must be checked. We must then check the Display Estimate Approval. And there's one more to check, and I'm just double checking, making sure that these are all normalized. And I'm going to go ahead and turn off the warranty info report. I did a separate video on that, but I don't want it to distract us here. Alright, so those and one more in Setup Maintenance, System Files. And again, this is a compliance thing called Use Advanced Revision. Alright, those three are done. I'm going to exit the program and come right back. Be right back. Okay, it's reloading, and here we are. And we're going to go into Repair Shop and build a fresh account just so we can make sure that this works good. So we're going to call this a new customer. We will call it, I'm just going to skip all this. Last name, we'll call it Revision, Test Revision, right? Alright, so we'll save new customer, and we'll build a new vehicle. Let's build a 2014 Audi A4. There we are. Okay, save, launch. Don't worry about that. I just need to update my catalog soon. Yours should auto update. My demo environment does not. And let's make an estimate. And I'm just going to use the catalog, I think, to get rolling here. So let's just say spark plugs. Double click. Sure, it's all-wheel drive. It's an Audi. Okay, good. So we'll grab some NGK iridiums. And let's just say that. Now, I purposely am skipping labor because I'm going to add that as part of the estimate. This so we can get a revision going. Okay, so I'm just going to save this as an estimate for the customer. Let's just put in a no plate here just so the system doesn't flip out. All right, so we're going to print that as revision test 1 and get a comparison here in just a minute. All right, now I'm going to make a change. I'm going to add to an already approved estimate. Since the first estimate's always approved, that's the purpose of it. We're going to make a revision and add some labor. So we added 0.8 hours at, I don't know, I think it's $99 an hour or $95 an hour. Okay. So I've made a change, going to save, and the revision system comes up and says, no, 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 you can't do that. You've already approved such and such. You have to, and then deal with it. So the approval methods are on the left side here, and you got in person, by phone, in person, by fax, which, whatever, and then by email. So you have to choose the approval style. So let's say, in person. If it's not in person, though, if it's by phone, you have to get the phone number and all the details and then confirm it. So let's just do in person, authorized by, and then the person, you can pop in someone else. It has to be tracked. Time, date, everything must be tracked to a T, and then confirm now. Now, I don't recommend you ever hit confirm later because you'll get yourself in a trap where you have all of these previous confirmations that will stop you from invoicing. So, best move is to not actually create estimate changes until you've got someone to approve that information, as one final approval, if you will. Do it once. Do it once, do it right. And I will show a little trick, and I'm pretty sure people who are following along have already got an idea in their head, but let's go here. What we call it? Revision test 2. Okay, so we've got, and that was, what is this? I'll just make sure that might be the work order. We'll check it out. Oh, no, that's probably the revision printout. Okay, so I'm going to exit and come back to those screens on PDF. Okay, we are back. I loaded all 3 examples. So this is the initial estimate that I created for the customer. This one goes fine, no problem, nothing special. You would just, get a signature because that's also part of the legal requirement is to get the initial approval. The second one, this is the revised estimate. So the revised estimate now has the estimate revisions showing here at the bottom, and it printed out another report with that revision and all of the stuff that's inside of it, changes and everything. So this makes a shop running Direct Shop Elite legally compliant to the finest little law about California's Bureau of Automotive Repair requirements and states that have decided to adopt these requirements. So the revision system is, as I just mentioned earlier, it's kind of complex. You have to do this in order, and if you skip or confirm later, you can find yourself dogpiling multiple revisions on top of each other. So let me propose the solution to everything. Pausing. The solution, in my opinion, and it's kind of the solution for lots of situations, is to use the sub-estimates. They are so powerful. We click on sub-estimate. We build our revision changes here. So let's say in this client that originally, approved the job and the labor, which, that's a normal thing. Let's say we need to also add, like a part that came with that, like coil on plug boots or something like that. Whatever it is, I need to create it here in the sub-estimate. And I can make all my changes in the sub-estimate. So just as an example, I'm going to use the outside purchase part. Let's say it was a OEM, boot. Just OEM spark plug boot, something like that. It's got 4 of them, and they're say $20 each, right? So I've got this, and then I can say to this client before the revision stuff kicks in, right? I can say to them, okay, sir, it's going to be, 243.27 with the new parts we've discovered. I can get everything down into the finest details from the sub-estimate and make one single approved revision rather than bouncing back and forth through all of the revision stuff only to, possibly create quite a mess at the time of invoice. So that's the advanced revision system running at full tilt with all of its functions turned off. You can, for states that aren't compliant to this, but you as a shop want certain kinds of revision authority, the ability to print the revision report separate or the revision on um, the RO, or whether the revisions are even on or off at all. Those are functions you can control. But I showed this combination of settings here because that is the actual California Bureau of Automotive Repair requirements to meet legal needs. So there we go. That's the estimate revision report. I held it off for a few demos, but as you can see, it's not horrible. It's just a can of worms if you actually don't have those requirements. All right, that'll do it for this one.